accepted your request.
Yes,
Hello.
yes.
Hello, doctor. How are you?
Yes. How are you?
Hello.
Uh,
Yeah.
I'm good. How are you?
Good. We all have been waiting for you.
Can you
We
hear
all
me?
have been eagerly waiting for you today for online. Yes, I can hear you. There's a bit of disturbance.
I had been waiting as well. I had been waiting, and yeah, it's a great time,
You
and
must be really
it's
busy.
been
You must be really busy. You're driving. You're on the way or something.
I've parked. I'm in a parking lot, so anyone
Okay.
who's is the audio everything is
Yes,
okay,
yes.
clear,
Now
fine,
I can hear you. I can hear you loud and clear. And
okay.
uh,
Very good.
let me just all our audience we have as of now. So let me just give a quick introduction about what it's gonna be today. And first of all, good evening
Yeah.
everyone, and those who have taken their time today to join us. And I'm sure this is going to be very informative session with Dr. Prasanna. And I welcome you all to ArujAyur Live and our live series on What's Your Wellness Mantra. And it's my pleasure to introduce our special guest tonight, Dr. Prasanna. And he has been my guru during my college days, and been in touch with him since then. So it gives me a totally different pleasure to have you on board today. Thank you, sir, for coming online today. So
Namaste, and thank you very much for the opportunity.
thank you, sir. Thank you so much. So Dr. Prasanna is a highly accomplished Ayurvedic Vaidya, MD in Kayachikitsa, which is Ayurveda General Medicine, and spa and wellness consultant with a passion for promoting holistic health and well-being. With over 8 years of Ayurveda studies and extensive practical experience, Dr. Prasanna has emerged as a prominent figure in the field of Ayurveda, combining traditional wisdom with modern approach to create innovative wellness solutions. And Dr. Prasanna's contributions extend beyond individual practice and education. And as the owner of and medical director of Kakunje Ayurveda Wellness Home, he offers a wide range of Ayurveda treatments, consultations, and yoga services. Dr. Prasanna's dedication, expertise, and commitment to promoting holistic health and well-being have earned him recognition and affiliation with various professional organizations. And it gives me pleasure, and I welcome you, sir, today on our What is Your Wellness Mantra live series. Thank you, sir, for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. And I'd be glad if this session can help people to motivate towards health and wellness.
Of course, sir. Of course, with your expertise, I'm sure people will definitely take away some mantra for their wellness today. And let's start, Dr. Prasanna. What inspired you to become an Ayurvedic physician? Because not everyone goes, has a dream. I think long time back, it was not a dream of many to become an Ayurvedic professional. What inspired you to become one?
Yeah, my childhood I spent in a small town called Koppa, which is a Malnad. We call it as a hill town, and it was surrounded with herbs and greenery everywhere, and a heavily raining kind of forest, evergreen forest region it was. That was like I was naturally exposed to herbs and plants and those things, and I was kind of familiar with those things. Apart from that, my mother used to suffer during my high school days. I used to see her suffer from asthma, severe attacks, episodes of asthma. Like in the midnight, she would wake up and she could not breathe, and she would be suffocating and suffering like hell, And then she would use these inhalers and tablets, bronchodilators, and such medicines. But it was temporary relief she would get, as we all know. And then I started seeing her going to a traditional Ayurveda.
Your voice is breaking a little bit, doctor. We lost
Ayurveda powders. Hello?
Yeah,
Hello?
we just lost you for a moment.
Okay.
That's okay.
Okay. Yeah. So, then I also saw her going for treatments from traditional Ayurveda Vaidya practitioner. who used to give her powders and some lehyas and some syrups called
Mm.
aristas and such medicines. And she was like totally into it, and she was following it with complete dedication. She did it for 2 to 3 years with a strict diet and proper medicines, everything.
Yes.
And I saw her coming out of it, like totally no medicine, not even Ayurveda medicines. After those 3 years, she was just on
Amazing.
Chyavanprash, which is very well known,
Yes.
rejuvenator, Rasayana.
Tonic.
She was
Yes.
just
Yes.
taking the tonic. She was taking only that for another 2, 3 years. And even now, she is 76, and till now she is out of any medicines, no medicines. Only she takes care of her, what she eats, what she drinks, and how she has to be seasonally managing everything. She knows it, and she follows those things. That's it. So that was an inspirational evidence that I just witnessed during my childhood, high school days. And then the college was just there, and I could see that, okay, I can become a doctor and I can help people with the help of Ayurveda. And Ayurveda is effective,
Of
which
course.
I witnessed myself. So
Of
that was
course.
the inspiration. Yes.
I think such kind of inspiration only make us to believe in natural medicines, because I think the world is completely changing the perspective, from modern. However, modern medicine does help in a lot of things. We can't deny that, but at the same
Right.
time, Ayurveda has a
Right.
lot of role to play in preventive as well as curative, as a curative health system. Definitely, that is an inspiring, story for you to take the path of
Right.
Ayurveda, and we are glad that you took that path for to be the inspiration for all of us today. So, uh, can you give us a
Absolutely.
crisp introduction about Ayurveda? I know many of our audiences know about it, but if you can give us a crisp introduction about Ayurveda and how it can aid the fast-paced society to lead a healthy life.
Yeah. I would like to give it in a different way, because a normal introduction to Ayurveda, everybody will know. Like, it's a science of life and so on and so forth. But it is a very ancient system of medicine, or I would say system of living, a healthy living way of life, which is important for everybody. Not only doctors should learn it, but every common man should learn the basics of it. If not
Absolutely.
the therapeutic aspects of it, but the basics of daily routine, seasonal regimen, how to understand the regimen for the season where they live in, even that is important. What is suitable in India may not be suitable in Singapore, or it may not be suitable in Europe, or they might be in Iceland. And it is a totally different regimen they should understand by understanding the nature, how it is working and how it interacts with our body. Ayurveda is all
Absolutely.
about that. Understanding how our inner mechanism is working in sync with the nature. So if the sun is moving in such and such direction, how the body is responding. For the moon, how it is responding. For the wind, how it is responding. That's all Ayurveda is about. So if we understand that properly, then I understand my body.
Hmm.
It's an universe in itself. We say the microcosm dis- displays the macrocosm. So they are interconnected. So that is the
Absolutely.
understanding, and that is Ayurveda.
How
Everything
beautiful.
about life.
Absolutely beautiful, and I
Thank
can't,
you.
agree more to it. The way you explain to it, not the simple, definition of the science of living, the science of life, but more detailed in a very crisp form. And I think, it's not as, so that it is the way of life more than, digging the well when there's a fire. It's more than, being
Absolutely.
prepared way back, and mostly a preventive healthcare system, just by following a daily life routine and the seasonal routine and the geographical routine, and having the food which is locally grown, not the exotic vegetables which you get across all the globe nowadays.
Absolutely. Yes.
Having avocados in the country where it is not meant to be. Our, DNA is not modified for that. Maybe it's an alien food for
Yes.
us. I think,
Correct.
yes, exactly. That is how Ayurveda actually shows us the way to lead a life. Thank you so much for your very precise answer. And let's move to the next question. And I would like to really, because you said that you do the innovative wellness ways of treating people, including modern and everything together. So I would
Hmm.
like to understand what is your approach to help preventive illness, how to prevent illness in the patient? What is it that you prescribe, or what is it that you advise to your patient to lead a preventive, life, or how to prevent illness?
Yeah. Uh, it all starts with imbalances. And the imbalance starts from the mind. It's not from the body. That is why in Ayurveda it is told, the first verse of Ashtanga Hridaya starts with Ragadi Rogan, where Ragadi means the attachment, the desire, the hatred, the jealousy. These are the factors which will influence not just the mind, but mostly the body also, because this is the seat of both body and mind.
Absolutely.
And so, yeah, the absolute, the supreme bishak, or the doctor or the healer, is the one who can heal the mind. Heal the mind from being deflected from its normal route and normal causes. Okay, so my preventive approach is, first thing is controlling the mind. Not like controlling in the sense, okay, think positive, think positive, think positive. If you keep saying that, it won't happen. I don't say that.
Very true, yes.
We as beings, even our souls are like always in the mode of expansion. So expansiveness is our nature. So anything in the universe, you might see, even including the universe, is continuously expanding. So if our soul is restricted too much, it will not follow what we say. So it has to understand and come to the path. So my way of understanding Ayurveda and teaching Ayurveda is learn to know what is happening in you, and then slowly adjust to that. It cannot be like today you sow a seed and tomorrow you expect a mango from the tree. So that won't happen. That you have to give its own time. So slowly bring them on the pathway. Tell them what is happening inside, how to understand what is happening in you, and then how to tune it, to fine tune it. Because if you say 5 to 6 liters of water in a day is healthy for everyone, that is wrong.
Exactly.
So that person should understand how much water is required for his or her body and season or the region, everything. So this is a preventive healthcare, I say. Daily regimen, according to their constitution, according to where they are living, according to the season, everything to be considered and then followed. So doing 2 hours of exercise in every region, every season, every person is not a rule. There is no rule of thumb. Thumb rule is understand yourself and then follow what is good for you. So that is the preventive healthcare I always teach about. That is why the first part of Ayurvedic books come into role. That is where they come into role. Understanding dinacharya, daily routine. Not in a sense what time, 6 o'clock you wake up and all that. That won't fit in all the seasons. Not for every person. So understanding how it works. From there I start the preventive care.
Lovely. Amazing. I think this gives a total, different perspective of how we preach, to have a strict regime. And I think people don't like in the way that, because they have already so much in their mind. If you tell them strictly, yes, you have to wake up at this time every day, it back of their mind, they find it a burden, and gradually they, back off. They don't want to do it. They feel that Ayurveda comes with a lot of restrictions, a lot of things that they have to follow. But I think it's a gradual process, not a sudden process that they should inculcate.
Absolutely. And when there is this restriction, our body and mind, and including the soul, it resists. And the resistance takes you nowhere. So ultimately, they lose faith, they lose the track, and so there is no point bringing them on that.
That is so true. That is so true. Absolutely, I agree to it. And how I would, this brings me to the next question, is that how do you incorporate Ayurvedic principles in your life?
The same way. I don't resist. I don't insist that I have to wake up at Brahmi Muhurta every day. If I don't wake up today, I feel guilty. And then, those things, I never do it. And it's about enjoying life. It's about enjoying life. At the same time, understanding what happens when you do what. So like let's say, okay, today you have a friend's birthday and you go for a party and you party there. But then you understand what is good for you, how much you are sensitive to certain food, certain drinks, and then how much is good for you, where you need to stop. If you know that, you still can enjoy the party. And then tomorrow you can even reverse the effects of it. Or how many times in a month you can do this and still you can tolerate. And also be a child, not childish, but be a child. Enjoy the moment, be in the moment, be in the present. That is when you will live your life full. So this is how I enjoy life, and this is how I live my life. Ayurveda is a part of life. It is not like I teach and I practice. It is a part of life. It is my life.
It comes along. So as you know, the day proceeds, it's just there in the throughout the day.
Yes, and there are some wrong notions as well. Like Ayurveda is only vegetarian. Ayurveda means waking up early. It need not be always and all the thing. Like Ayurveda has non-vegetarian, but where to give, how much to give, who needs it. Those things are important.
Exactly.
Because see, a wet cloth needs drying. A dry cloth doesn't need drying up. So same thing. It's not the same rule always.
Yes.
So that's the basic.
Exactly. So depending on, everyone nowadays knows about the types of body, like the doshas, how it's going up, how is it going down according to the season, according to their prakriti. Then their lifestyle and routine also changes accordingly, whether they have to wake up early, whether they don't have to wake up early, or what time they must be waking up. All that comes along with it. So it's a very flexible science, I would say. It's not a very regimental science.
That is why we say it is not homeostasis. Prakriti is not homeostasis. It is homeodynamics. It is always dynamic. It's moving. It's moving around. Yeah, just like the weather. It is not fixed 36 degree every day. No, there is nothing like that. From morning till evening, it keeps changing. Every day it keeps changing. Every season it keeps changing. So accordingly, body also has to change, has to keep changing and adjusting. So it is a dynamic mechanism.
Perfect answer for this. So as I'm talking to you, I'm also revising my own things as well. How to put it across. The way we put it across matters a lot. Sometimes we want to say something, but it comes out in a different way. But the way different people understand things in a very different manner. And yours is one of the way which is inspirational. People can understand it or in a very palatable way that people can understand, absorb, digest it well.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much for that answer.
See, that is important in technology as well. If the technology is user-friendly, then it will sustain and continue. If it is not user-friendly, then it will perish.
Very true. And Dr. Prasanna, what as you know, our series basically my purpose of this is because, as I said, everyone understands information in a different way from different resources. Some people click to one kind of information and a resource, and it works for them for lifelong. For some, different resources or different information works. The purpose of this wellness mantra is to bring people from different wellness field who can give their wellness mantra to people. Maybe one of the wellness mantra, a person who our audiences are, they can understand and incorporate in their daily life, and might be it will help them to lead a healthy life and a longer healthy life. So here, to coming to our last question is, what is your wellness mantra that you would like to share with our audience, which they can incorporate in their daily life to enjoy its benefits?
Okay. I'll connect it to the matter of food. Okay. Food is one of the important pillars of life, and it is the thing which connects us to the universe. Like if our Panchamahabhutas have a deviation, or if there is a deficiency or anything, it is fulfilled or balanced through food. Food is the connection between us and the universe. So that is how we take the Panchabhutas in. So food is something I would like to focus on. If you can control that and if you can understand that, then you'll be leading a better, healthy, happier life. That is where I come from. So I want to stress on 4 points under this. One is Hitabhuk, Mitabhuk, then comes the Kshutubhuk and Rutubhuk. So that means hitabhuk, which is the food which is wholesome and healthy, or helping, soothing, nourishing, nurturing to your body type, your constitution, weather, and your satmya. We call it as what is you are accustomed to. So what is good for you, that kind of food. And mitabhuk, in moderation. Eat in moderation, we say. And anything in excess, it becomes poisonous. So food also is like that. So the food, we have a rule of quarters. Right? If you divide your stomach into 4 quarters, 2 quarters will be for solid food, 1 quarter for liquid, and leave 1 quarter empty. That is what we say. And that is the amount of food we will be needing. Usually we tend to overeat, and that is where accumulation happens and blockages happen. And that is where all the diseases, especially non-communicable diseases of present day, starts from. Like obesity, cholesterol, everything is related to this overeating and sedentary lifestyle. So hitabhuk, mitabhuk, and then rutubhuk. That means eat according to season and seasonal food. If mango is growing in summer, then eat mango during summer, not in winter. Don't preserve and eat every food, or don't import and eat. That is seasonal and local. That is what we recommend in food. And then kshutubhuk. This is more important than everything else. Everything put together, this one principle can save you from a lot of diseases. That is kshutubhuk. Eat only when you are hungry. Don't eat if you are not hungry, and don't suppress if you are hungry. Your hunger also should not be suppressed. At the same time, you should not eat if you are not hungry. So overeating, repeated eating, and eating before the previous food is digested, these are all leading causes for all the health issues we are facing now, except for infections, including cancer, can be controlled and prevented if we follow this principle. So if we are eating, the ideal time, let us say in India, 10 o'clock in the morning is ideal time for a big meal, like a breakfast, proper breakfast, and then wait until it is digested. Don't eat your lunch because it is 1 o'clock, because it is 2 o'clock. Eat when you are hungry. Maybe it is at 4 o'clock or 5 o'clock. Eat then and eat properly. So then again, wait until it is digested. So mostly you will end up eating twice, 2 meals in a day. So that's the best way of, my wellness mantra is that.
Eat when you're hungry. Yeah, I think
eat when you're
all
hungry.
of the audience, this is the basic thing. Weight loss, all techniques. People are going everywhere just for the weight loss, simple thing, but they don't understand weight loss is just part of it. It comes with a lot of other things. And if it is just that you're eating, when you're hungry, that is more than enough for your body clock to give you an understanding of when you have to eat. Because in our practice, and I'm sure, doctor, would have also seen, a lot of people don't know what hunger is. Over the period of time, they have forgotten. If I tell them eat when they're hungry, they say, how do you know what hunger is? That is a very sad part in a way that, people are losing a connect with themselves and they don't understand it, what actual hunger is. And
because we don't give time for the body to understand hunger. So if you keep feeding it, if you keep feeding it, that hunger center will never be triggered. That is the thing. Yeah. And slowly it will, I think, shut off.
Perfect. Absolutely. On the, before we end, I also wanted to ask you that I want to inform the audience as well that Dr. Prasanna is coming with a very beautiful book, and it will be available worldwide very soon. And can you give us a little bit, introduction about the book which you are coming up with?
Okay. The book is named as Ayurveda Simplified, because my intention always is bringing this knowledge to the common man or general public in a very simplified manner, instead of giving very, confusing, complex technical jargons. I would prefer to give it in simple English. So this book is again all about that. You won't find any complicated words, technical terms or anything. If you know English, how to read and understand English, that's enough. Anybody can read this and understand this. And this contains chapters which are relating to technology, how to use technology in the modern world, women's health, and also psychology and Ayurveda, relationships and Ayurveda, how to use Ayurveda in managing relationships. Those points also I have covered it. I'm not focusing too much onto the technical aspects, but I have given introduction to Ayurveda basics, understanding one's Prakriti constitution and all. And then mostly I have talked about the practical applications of all these in their daily lives. So that is what this book is all about 130, 140 pages. Within a
You
week,
can
it will
just,
be available globally, I believe.
oh, lovely. And I think, while they are, traveling, someone is traveling, they can just carry it along and have it.
Yes,
130 pages is not a
not,
lot, means for a
not
person who is used to
yes,
read. And
yes,
I think we can share
yes.
the link. I can share the link if anyone wants, I can gladly share the link with them. And, you can
Thank you.
order it online from Dr. Prasanna.
Yes. Right
Thank
now,
you.
it is available only in India. Maybe it will take
Yes,
another week to
week.
get listed. Yeah,
Exactly.
in a week's time, it
I'll
will be
keep
there.
them. I'll
Yes.
keep it updated. Sure.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir,
Thank you.
so much for coming over today and sharing your wellness mantra to the audience. And I hope, I don't hope, I know that, the gems that you have shared here, people will definitely benefit with it. And hopefully they can apply a lot of it into their daily lives. And you have given such an easy, crisp, ideas of how they can lead a healthy life. And I think it doesn't come, you don't have to invest anything, but you just have to invest your time, and you just have to be willing to make the change for yourself. I think
Absolutely.
here, yes, and here we will end today's Your Wellness Mantra today with Dr. Prasanna. Very delight to have you over, and have a great
Thank,
weekend, everyone. Thank you for joining
thank
us,
you, Dr.
everybody.
Dharana.
Thank you so
Thank,
much,
thank,
sir.
thank you, Dr. Dharana, and thank you all the viewers. Thank you. Wish you healthy
Thank
and
you.
happy life ahead.
Same to you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.